Hi dear friends and subscribers of Cricket Apping. Sorry I couldn't bring you the match report yesterday between India, West Indies and England and Sri Lanka. Unfortunately, due to YouTube problems, I actually uploaded the video but didn't come through. Sorry dear fans. Well, so what I'm going to do in this particular part of the Cricket Happening show today is I'm going to look at what happened in the first one-day international between West Indies and India, where India actually won the match. In fact, took the one-day series, took the lead in the series, going 1-0. And as far as Australia is concerned, the news from Australia is that the contract list has been announced for 2011 and 2012, and a glaring omission in that contract list is the name of Simon Katich, the opener, who was a very able foil to Shane Watson. Comes as a real surprise. And as far as England is concerned, well, England, for me, it is still a riddle. Right now, they are 335 for 6. This is the final day. And we saw one of the balls which turned from Rangana Herath, which actually pitched on the leg stump and actually went into knocking the off stump of Kevin Peterson after Kevin Peterson made 70 odd runs. Looking at the turn, one would have expected Andrew Strauss to declare, because they're already in a very good lead right now and there's only one session and a half. So probably there could have been a very good reason for Andrew Strauss to just take a chance and go in with the spinners and see what he could get out of it with Graham Swan, the leading off spinner in the England team. It comes as a real surprise for me that Andrew Strauss is just continuing to play. And this is the final day. Probably you have nothing to lose and you might have done. We will talk about that. I will also give you the latest development in that particular match. But first and foremost, let's go to the first ODI, West Indies versus India, which actually finished at the Queen's Park Oval, Port of Spain. Well, West Indies were the ones who won the toss, and they finished with 214 for 9. They had Anthony Martin today, the right arm leg spinner, making his debut. India did well early on by picking up, in fact, they reduced them to 59 for 3 by dismissing Simmons, Kirk Edwards and Darren Bravo. And then Ramnaresh Sarwan actually made 56, but not looked very, very convincing, I would say. But Marlon Samuels was looking very, very confident with his stroke play, 3 4s and 2 6s. And as I said, he's an exciting player to watch, and it can only do good to West Indian cricket of Marlon Samuels. Actually, getting his first 50 after coming back into the one-day international fold here, and he made 55. And both of them actually repaired the damage and saw to it that West Indies could have a decent score. Darren Bravo, Wayne Bravo made 22, Carlton Bagg made 16 and 214 for 9. The Indian bowlers did a fine job. Spinners Harbhajan Singh was the pick, 10 overs, no maiden, 3 for 32. Amit Mishra bowled superbly without any reward, but well bowled superbly, 10 overs, 1 maiden, none for 38. Munaf Patel, 247 and 2 for 37 for Praveen Kumar, who opened the bowling there. Well, as far as India were concerned, for India, the best thing that could happen was, in fact, the openers, Parthiv Patel and Shikhar Dhawan started. Shikhar Dhawan could make only, he made 51, he got his 50. Very, very unconvincing 50. He was looking very, very shaky. At times he used to play some strokes, but he contributed a valuable 51 in the end, I would say, of 76 balls with 3 4s and 1 6. Parthiv Patel was dismissed cheaply. Virat Kohli disappointed with 2. Badrinath was a victim of Bishu for 17. And finally, the bowling was very good. Anthony Martin has 10 overs, no maiden, 2 for 39, bowled very well in his first match, on his debut match. And also Devendra Bishu, as usual, wheeled his arm over very well, 10 overs, 1 maiden, 1 for 37. The costless bowler was Darren Sammy, 52 runs leaked off his bowling there. Rampal had 2 for 58. And other than that, in fact, India were also in real trouble at 104 for 1 when Shikhar Dhawan departed the halfway stage. But Rohit Sharma, playing a very good innings, a man of the match innings, not out on 68 of 75 balls, 3 4s of 1 6, taking India to victory. The captain Suresh Raina combined well with Rohit Sharma, playing a very responsible and mature innings of 43 of 50 balls with 4 4s. And India finally doing it and winning the match by 4 wickets. What is good to see? Well, there was turn and bounce in the pitch. The Indian spinners did well. Also, I thought the West Indian spinners did well. Anthony Martin in particular was good. Devendra Bishu, both of them. So it was a good contest. But in the end, India emerged victorious and lead the 5-match series 1-0. So the first match is over, and the second one-day international starts on June the 8th, 2011 at Port of Spain. Well, so now this is as far as that match is concerned. Now I will take you down to some news from Australia. Now this is something which is the contract list has been declared for the Australian cricket players who would be on contract from 2011-12. And there are some glaring omissions. One is I would talk about Simon Katich. Now, Simon Katich is, as you know, he has been Shane Watson's partner for quite a long time. They strung very good partnerships, and it has come as a real surprise. 35 years of old, and I'm sure Simon Katich would be definitely hit by this. It has come as a real surprise. Probably Australian have become very serious after their Ashes reverses and the World Cup performance, and they are definitely plumping in for youngsters. By the way, they have taken an 18-year-old boy by the name who has been awarded a contract. It is Patrick Cummins, 18-year-old pace bowler from New South Wales, who shows a lot of promise. Now, Katich, as I said, he's such a player who actually nurdles the runs. He's not a very good player to watch, but he will keep the scoreboard moving. He can hold the innings. And for me, it has come as a real surprise that Simon Katich is missing from the contract list of 2011-2012. And there are some big names missing too. James Hopes, the utility all-rounder who also played in the IPL, is missing. There's no Andrew McDonald, who started off well, but fine, he was an all-rounder, but he was a bit. But another surprise which has come to me is Clint McKay. Clint McKay, who bowled very well, he was looking very impressive. He also doesn't find a place in the contract list of 2011-2012, contracted for Australia. Another surprise. Sean Tate, well, he himself didn't offer to, so that's okay. Adam Vokes, I thought he's a very good one-day player, and he has been given a few chances, and I thought Adam Vokes is something that one has to really seriously look at. And there is no place for Michael Beer, who actually played in the Ashes. So if you see the Cricket Australia contract list, it doesn't make something very surprising. They are plumped for youngsters, there's no doubt about it. Philip Hughes has been put in. Well, he's a good batsman. Usman Khwaja, who made his debut in the Ashes, is there. We have certain other names like Cameron White is still there as contracted for 2011-2012. But as I said, Simon Katich is the major surprise out of this contract list that Australia has announced for 2011-2012. Anyway, I just wish him good luck, because Simon Katich, as I said, he is really, he's such a player. As I said, nurls runs. He's a stabilizing force for Australia. He can play space and spin alike, and he has already proved it. But I think that is, in my opinion, I feel very sorry for Simon Katich, but wish him good luck. Now, the next match which I'm going to talk to you about is the current match which is happening here, and which is a real surprise that Andrew Strauss is still continuing at 335 for 7. This is innings break. Yes, he has declared 335 for 7 declared. So the Lankans have been set 342. Well, I think it is probably one session and a half remaining, and I think probably I had a feeling that Andrew Strauss could have declared earlier on. This has come as a real surprise. Just talking about what happened yesterday, as you know, Sri Lanka replied with 479, with Prasanna Jayawardene making 40, 26 by Rangana Herath. It was all the damage. In fact, 479 in reply was due to Stephen Finn getting 408 and Graham Swan getting 301, running through the tail there. As far as England were concerned, Alistair Cook today picked up his 18th century, made 106 with 10 boundaries. Trott was out for 58 today. Kevin Peterson came into form. It was a good knock from him, 72 with 7 boundaries. As I said, he got a beautiful delivery, a peach of a delivery from Herath, which turned outside the leg stump and came in and hit the off stump. So the ball was turning, so there could be something in for Graham Swan too. But Ian Bell remained not out on 57 when the declaration came. 335 for 7 declared. 3 wickets for 87 for Herath with a successful bowler. 2 for 92 for Dilhara Fernando. Bell played a very good innings, aggressive knock of 57, but I think this declaration has come a little bit too late. Probably if you could keep 275 and declared and just put the pressure on Sri Lanka, that would have been great, because Andrew Strauss had nothing to lose. He has already won the first test match, England, so it has come as a real surprise that Andrew Strauss just continued. Even the commentators were just mentioning that they were really surprised that Andrew Strauss has not applied the declaration. Because you have nothing to lose. You have already won the first test, second test. Probably you could have just given a chance for Graham Swan, if at all. Kevin Peterson can also bowl, and just see whether the ball can turn from the rough, because what Rangana Herath did to Peterson, one would get the feeling that definitely there is something in for the bowlers. Probably the odd one is turning, but you never know. But probably the pace bowlers can pick up some quick wickets, and the spinners could rub it in. But well, Andrew Strauss, I think he has declared too late. I couldn't say much. 342 set for victory for Sri Lanka. I think it's a big tug, and I'm sure Sri Lanka is going to save this match unless there's going to be some dramatic collapse today, as what they did in Cardiff. Until that's it, dear fans, cricket subscribers, and friends for Cricket Happenings. Thanks for being with me and helping me to share your thoughts with you. Thanks for your company. Keep watching Cricket Happenings. Ram signing off. Thank you.